Hey everyone, and welcome back to 2 by 6. I'm Vanessa. I'm here with Emil again, and we are going to be talking about some hands that are hopefully a little bit more interesting than last time. We're going to get into some post-flop play, and I think we've got some really cool stuff here. Um, Emil has taken some interesting lines, and some of the things were really good, and some not as good. So let's just get into talking about it.
Sounds good.
Cool. So in this first hand here, we have Ace 10, 7, 7 on the button. Um, and it's folded to us. So, I think it's a good button open. You're probably not going to be opening this in many other positions. I'm assuming.
Right.
But I like it on the button for sure. You've got a suited ace. So you go ahead and open it. And you get called by Danish Girl once again, this loose player that has been calling most everything pre-flop. And the flop comes 9, 8, 8 rainbow. What I want to talk to you in this situation is, it seemed like, in most of these hands that you were playing, you really didn't differentiate between flops of, continuation betting and not continuation betting. And, it really is a field thing and player dependent, and there's a lot of leeway with, which flops you should see bet and which you shouldn't. But I think that one comment I had throughout most of your play was, I would just be c betting far less than you really were. The reasons for this, there's a lot of reasons for this. One is you obviously, it's really nice if you're checking behind some flops because, especially in PLO, it's going to make people play a lot more straightforwardly against you. The cool thing about PLO, the reason position, I mentioned last week how important position is in PLO. One reason that position is so important in PLO is because people often will have to feel very compelled to play their hands in a very straightforward manner. So not as much on this flop, but let's say they flop top set on a very coordinated board. You have a set of nines, and the board is 9, 7, 4 with two clubs. If I'm, pretty sure that the person that raised pre-flop is going to bet if I check to them,
Right.
then I'm pretty free to go ahead and check raise my set. But if I'm not completely confident that that person is gonna bet when I check to them, then all of a sudden it's kind of scary for that coordinated board for me to check my set. And you find that if you're not c betting all the time and you're checking behind even like a third of the time, something like that, if players know that, they're going to respond. They don't necessarily really put rhyme or reason into which ones you're c betting and which you aren't. As long as they have it in their heads though that there's a possibility you won't bet, oftentimes if they have anything strong themselves, they're going to find that they'll just lead into you. And it's going to make your life a lot easier because when you have nothing yourself, it's going to save you the money of a continuation bet.